The first cry shattered the silence of Sector 9's outer perimeter, echoing across the charred landscape like a broken promise. Serena ran, her thin legs stumbling through ash and debris, her long fingers wrapped tightly around the swaddled form of her child. The baby's skin, once luminescent with warmth, now lay dull and unmoving against her chest. His breath had stopped. "No, no. Wake up, please," she whimpered, her voice cracking in the ruined language of the Arcali. Her wet black hair clung to her cheeks, her armored suit dented and caked in dust from the collapse of their shelter. Fires flickered in the distance, remnants of the planetary raid. Her people were gone, fleeing into space or turned to ash. Only she remained, and her baby. Except now, maybe not even him. Then she saw him, a human, tall, lean, walking along the ridge with a metal crate slung over his shoulder and a rifle on his back. Serena had heard stories of them. Hard-hearted salvagers, stone-faced mercenaries, killers. But they also said humans sometimes did things that defied logic. Things like compassion. She ran toward him. "Please," she screamed, her voice raw. "Human, my baby, he won't wake up." He turned fast, instinctively drawing his weapon. For a heartbeat, he held it trained on her. Then he saw her face, the tears, the desperation, the lifeless child in her arms. He lowered the rifle. She collapsed to her knees before him, rain beginning to fall in thick, muddy drops. She held the baby up, hands shaking. "Help him, please. He hasn't moved in cycles." The human dropped the crate and knelt beside her, his boots sinking into the mud. He had sharp features, a short beard, and wariness in his brown eyes. But behind that, a flicker of something else. "My name's Dane," he said, voice low. "Let me see him." Serena blinked. She didn't understand all the words. But see, she recognized. She handed over her child with trembling fingers. Dane pulled off one glove and placed 2 fingers on the baby's throat, then pressed his ear to the small chest. "Shallow breath," he muttered. "Heartbeats faint, barely there." He pulled open his crate and took out a med scanner, patching it into a compact stim unit. "Pulse injector, oxygen boost, come on, little guy, stay with me." Serena watched, clutching her own arms, her body rocking with silent sobs. The stim unit hissed. A green light blinked. The baby jerked slightly in Dane's arms, then let out a thin, ragged wail. Serena gasped. Dane smiled. "There you are, fighter." She scrambled to him and took the baby back, pressing him to her chest. He was breathing, weak but alive. Her eyes met Dane's, and though her species had no word for "thank you," the emotion poured from her gaze like a flood. Dane looked away, awkward. He'd saved plenty of lives before. Comrades, civilians, even a few enemy prisoners. But never like this. Never someone so alien, yet so helpless. "Can't stay here," he said, standing. "Raiders might come back." He offered a hand. She stared at it. He pointed at her, then the baby, then to himself. "Come with me. Safe." She hesitated, then slowly took his hand. Dane led her to a hidden outpost buried beneath the rubble of a collapsed industrial dome. Inside, lights flickered, machines hummed, and crates of scavenged tech were stacked like tombstones. Serena settled on a cot, cradling her son. Dane handed her a warm nutrient pack and gestured to drink. She sniffed it first, then sipped. Her eyes widened. "Sweet," she murmured. Dane chuckled. "Yeah, humans like sugar. Tastes like hope sometimes." He sat down opposite her, wiping dirt off his gear. "What's your name?" She hesitated, then touched her chest. "Serena." He nodded. "Serena. Pretty." She looked confused. He pointed to himself. "Dane." Then at her. "Serena." Then the baby. His name. She looked down, then back up. Covey, Covey. Dane repeated the name softly. He's strong, like his mother. Her lips twitched, almost a smile. Days passed. Rain turned to wind. Wind to dust storms. They remained underground, surviving on filtered water and rations. Serena began to learn a few human words. Safe, food, sleep, and the most important, alive. Cubby's strength returned. He began to coo, to look around. His eyes, a soft lavender, followed Dane whenever he entered. Serena watched them. She had been raised to fear humans. But Dane had saved her child, fed them, protected them. When he stumbled once while lifting a heavy crate, she was beside him instantly, supporting his weight. Their eyes met, and something unspoken passed between them. Not love, not yet, but understanding, a shared survival, a silent bond. Then, on the sixth night, alarms blared. Dane cursed and grabbed his rifle. Motion sensors, 2 clicks out, could be scavengers, or worse. Serena stood, placing Covey in a wrap on her chest. Fight! No, Dane said. Hide! He opened a hidden panel behind the storage unit. Get in. Don't make a sound. She obeyed, clutching her child close. Dane locked the panel and took position behind the central console. Voices echoed outside. Harsh. Human. Search the place. Heat signatures say someone's here. Boots thudded. Serena held her breath as Covey stirred. She whispered to him in Arcali, voice soothing. Show my star. The thunder will pass. Outside, metal clashed. Gunfire erupted. Then silence. Footsteps. One pair. The panel slid open. Dane stood there, blood on his shoulder, but alive. They're gone. Serena rushed to him. She touched his wound, then looked into his face. You hurt. He nodded. I'll be okay. She leaned in and, without warning, kissed his cheek. It wasn't romantic. It was reverence. A thank you in the oldest language of all. He smiled, exhausted. I'll take it. A week later, Dane sat on the steps of the outpost, Covey sleeping in his arms while Serena fixed the comm tower. The human and the alien. Family, forged by fire. Funny thing, Dane said as she joined him. Back home, they say humans are monsters. She laughed, a small musical sound, and Arcali demons. They looked at each other. Guess we're both wrong, Dane said. She touched his hand gently. No, we are right now. Covey stirred, blinking up at the stars. A new life, a new family, and for the first time in a long time, hope.